Hey guys, Tara here from Recovering Book Hoarder, and this is going to be a long one. So I'll tell you what we're going to do today. First, I'm going to tell you guys who the winner is of the Taiga Hoodie of the Taiga Hood from my 1,500 subscriber celebration giveaway. I have a new trick that I learned I'm going to tell you guys about. And then we're going to pretty much do a sampler WIP parade of everything I have started and touched so far in Sampler September, because there's been a lot. They've all been samplers, and I'm so excited about that. There's still a couple days left. And so I will be working on, I still have a couple more to touch before the end of the month. And then I have haul. I have a book to talk about. Not going to do a shelf tour today, just because this is going to be longer because I have so much stitching to show you. And, oh, I do have an FFO, which I don't have in person because that's where we're going to start. Let's start with our FFO. Okay, so for my work bestie, Vanessa, she is a vegan and she loves all things nature and is just like the biggest animal lover ever. And so I had gotten the Emma Congdon, is it called Celebrating the Earth? I'll put the title here and I'm going to link the book down below. Amazing book. Absolutely love it. There's so many things in there that I want to make. This is what my finish looks like for Vanessa. This is All That Live. And I ended up using an 8x10 frame that I purchased from Michael's, and I did lacing to finish it. And she was very excited about it and absolutely loved it, so I couldn't be happier. So that is my FFO. And I actually think that's my first FFO of the entire year so far, because I'm just so bad at finishing things. One day, I think I'm probably going to try and do what I did last year for the Jingle Ball, which instead of stitching during the Jingle Ball, I completely focused on finishing that entire week and like doing FFOs. And that was pretty successful for me. So I think I'm probably going to do the same thing this year for the Jingle Ball also. Okay. Let me tell you who won the Taiga Hood. So this is a hand crocheted hood by me. It is a pattern from Vicky Damey, and it is made of the most softest hand spun yarn that you can imagine, that I got from a local yarn shop. And the winner of the hood is Marissa McConnell. So congratulations, Marissa McConnell. This will be in the mail to you along with the temperature bookcase that I have stopped working on and you're going to adopt for me. Okay. The hint that has changed my stitching forever. I am so thankful to Cam the Stitcher, who I know needs no shout out from me. I'm sure everyone watching this knows who Cam the Stitcher is. She had a video on the one stranded loop start, which I have been very intimidated by. Watching her video though, I was like, I think I can actually do that. And I got it after 2 tries. Amazing video. It's not super long, but it has seriously changed my stitching life forever. My backs look completely different now. Yeah, so I am actually going to link that video down below in the description box. Also, highly, highly recommend it. She makes it so easy. It's actually like an enjoyable way to start things too. So check it out. Okay, I have a giant stack of stitching. Typically, I show you my starts first, but I think they're actually like towards the bottom of my pile. So I'm just going to go through this from what I've worked on most recently, and the starts will probably be towards the end. If I have a before picture, I know some of them I do. If I have a before picture, I will put it up here so that you can see the progress that I made. Okay, the first one I'm working on is from Al Forrest Embroidery, and I can't remember what it's called, so I will put the I'm going to put the title here along with the picture, because I ordered the chart from Al Forrest Embroidery. I ordered the entire kit. Unfortunately, the kit doesn't really come with like what the completed picture is going to look like. Wonderful kits, like the way it comes, I'm just going to show this little part. It comes with each piece of the pattern, like so you can cut it out and then stick it up on something. So it's very manageable to work with. Also got the threads that came with it, the floss. This floss is amazing. I believe I got the 36 count, and I'm doing it 2/1. No, I'm doing it 2/2 on linen. And so I should also say, I kind of, as I picked up each sampler, I came up with a goal for each one of what I wanted to do. So for this one, I wanted to fully finish this motif. I think this is like the biggest motif in the chart, and it's pretty much like a full page of the cutout. So I wanted to finish that, and that is what I did. And these flosses are just absolutely beautiful. Like all of that variegation, like this in here, that's one floss. Isn't that pretty? So good. This is what the wings, that's one floss variegated. So I'm a huge fan of bees. And so when I saw this one, I knew I needed to stitch it. Love Al Forrest Embroidery so much. They're just a joy to work on or work with. Oh, I should also say the kit also came with a needle minder and a needle. So it's like literally all you have to do is supply yourself your hoop if you're a hoop stitcher and your scissors. Comes with everything else. All right, next up, I worked on my Bristol sampler. This is from Waldechamp of WDC Designs, and this is from the Gift of Stitching magazine. This is what it looks like. I love this type of sampler. I just think they're absolutely beautiful with the letters and then like the border motif. So good, so good. And I did purchase, it was going around on Instagram and Facebook for a while. It was like the complete Gift of Stitching digital, all of the digital copies of it. Was not super expensive, totally worth it. I mean, this is the kind of charts that you get in here. So if you ever see that, highly recommend getting it. All right, so I am doing this on a piece of 20 count Vintage Country Mocha by Zweigart. And my goal was to finish the top line of the that first alphabet, and that's what I did. And so I think that was, I think it was the J, K, L, and M, if I remember correctly. So this is how wide it is. It's going to be pretty big. I am doing this in all different tones of red with one gray, DMC 3768, and the gray, I'm spelling out Pittsburgh in all of the different letters, each of the different alphabets. I have one letter from each that's going to be in gray in Pittsburgh, and then at the bottom, my husband and I's initials in the gray. Everything else is just tones of red. All right, next up from Teresa Kogut. This is her Hollow Halloween book. And the reason I bought this book was for the sampler that's on the cover. Isn't that fun? It's beautiful. This whole book is so good. Teresa's printing, her books are just, all her charts are such great quality. Really recommend this book. There's not a bad chart in it. So my goal with this one was to finish my okay, hold on. Let me just show you what I did first. So here's where I am at now. So that is how wide it is. my goal for this one was to, I had one of the cats done. So my goal was to finish, I had to do this cat, and then I added in all of this here, all these elements. So I am doing, some of it is charted, some of it is not. First of all, this is a piece of 36 count linen, and I can't remember what kind it is. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I totally stopped keeping stats. I was just going from one thing to another, and I got tired of counting. So I'm doing this really without any stats. I do know this is 36 count linen, doing it 1/2, and I just can't remember who the linen's by. So these here, these oranges, well, not for the pumpkins, but for the flowers up here, these lines here, I think this here, I swapped out, and I am using a one-of-a-kind from Forbidden Fiber Co. It's number 153. And it's like a orangey reddish with some black going through it, and it's really pretty. I really like how it looks with this. Next up, I have Thriller from Sampler Cove. I actually got this from a D-Stash group. Just fell in love with it. I don't buy much from D-Stash groups, but if I find something that I feel like is really unique that I haven't seen before, I'll purchase it. So this one is being done on a piece of Mystic Fabrics, 16 count, and it was a mystery color. All right, so here is what we have done. And my goal for this one was to put in, I wanted to do an additional 6 strands up here, which I did. And then I wanted to get each color in. And then I wanted to, finish this word here. I added in the long arm border here. And then this cross stitch border. And then this start of this motif here. Motif border thing. And I love my color choices. Then I got to work on Henriette de Soldet, 1937, from Hands Across the Sea. And this was in the red box that came out this year. I love the story that goes with this. One day I'm going to be able to tell you guys the story whenever I have 20,000 things to show you. I am doing this one completely as charted. There's nothing I don't like about this. It's absolutely gorgeous. I am doing it on a piece of, I believe it's Whisper. It's from Millennial Fabrics, who you can find on YouTube as Millennial Stitcher. My favorite ONS. This is what I got done. And my goal was to finish this guy. And then I wanted to add in an additional 6 strands of that color up there. And it was like 6 strands I did in here. And then wanted to finish out those strands. So a total of 12 strands, that was my goal. And I love this like unicorn dragon thing. I don't know, it's so medieval and I just adore it. Oh, and I don't know if I said it or not, 18 count, 2/1. From Blueberry Ridge Design, Sampler Seasons Winter. Doing my own conversion on this one. I am doing this on a piece of scrap. I'm not sure what the fabric is. It's just it's a scrap piece of fabric, and 18 count, doing it 2/1. And this is where I'm at. So my goal was to finish a full page, which I did. This one's a total of like it's like 2.5 pages. There's 2 full pages, and then there's like a quarter of 2 pages, so 2.5 pages. These are all of the colors that are going into it. this variegated here is what all of the letters are going to be. And I just think they're wintry colors. And that very pretty is from Bestitch Me Hand Dyed Silks, Practical Magic. And then, okay, I need your help. So the others, I'm also using, I'm using from Roxy Floss. It's whenever it was Leo and Roxy. It's how old it is. Aquatics for the blue. For the aqua. For this beautiful variegated like purpley blue in there, I am using the Evil Queen from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. The problem is, I don't think I'm gonna have enough to finish. So, I implore all of you, if any of you have any amount of the Evil Queen, if you have a skein, I will gladly buy it off of you. I think I need one more skein. I did purchase it, it's on its way. What according to like online looked like maybe a comparable skein from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. This one was no longer on her shop. I'm thinking it may have been in a box or something. I really don't know. This is my first time actually purchasing from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. I had gotten this from a D-stash group that had like, the person was selling just some like linen squares that were ornament size, and I want to say there was like 6 or 8 different silks, and this is one that came with it. And I'm really afraid I'm not gonna have enough. So if anyone has a skein of the Evil Queen by Hand Dyed by Rolanda, I will gladly purchase it from you. Please let me know. All right, next up from Heartstring Samplery, I have Instead of Sheep. And this song is from my favorite Christmas movie, which is White Christmas. So I am doing a conversion to what reminds me of White Christmas. So it is a very red fabric. So this is 18 count red from Zweigart. And I did it's a full color conversion by me, and I am absolutely in love with my color conversion. So here is what I got done. So my goal was to finish all of the words on top, like all those lines. I have one more word to do that goes down in here, sheep. So my goal was to finish, the words up till there, and then I wanted to do this little, I thought it was a dog at first, but now I'm thinking maybe it's a cat based on what the face looks like. And then I also added in the bird and this heart up here, and I think I brought the border down a little bit more. So that's what I did, and I love this color conversion so much. So fun. Next up, from Siren Stitchworks, which I'm absolutely loving them. I purchased several from this needlework, what is it called? The online needlework marketplace. I purchased a couple more this time, which I'm so excited. That order is going to be here on Monday. I've ordered quite a few things. Anyway, so this is the Titanic sampler from Siren Stitchworks, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So I am doing my own conversion. I am doing this on this is Whisper. So I don't know what the other one was. It was Millennial Fabrics. I'm not 100% sure what the color is because I have lost the bag. This one is on 18 count Whisper from Millennial Fabrics. I am using 2 colors. So I am using Brick from Forbidden Fiber Co. and Santorini from Forbidden Fiber Co. Beautiful. Forbidden Fiber Co. is my favorite floss company. So I am doing all of the words are going to be in the Santorini, and everything else is going to be in the Brick. So this is where I am. What I added in this time, my goal was to do this motif here, which was very fiddly, let me tell you, but absolutely gorgeous. Super fiddly. I did have to frog a couple times. So I added in this, I added in these two, I finished this out and added this in. And then brought it over a little bit more too. I'm trying to, when I pull things out, like add at least one more strand to the borders. That way it doesn't feel like so much repetition at once. But this is a super, super fun chart. And I like it a lot. All right, next up from Leela Studio, I have the Lord's Prayer. And I am doing most of it as charted with a couple of substitutions for things that were out of stock when I bought them. So I am doing this on a piece of confetti 18 count from Picture This Plus. I am doing it with 2 strands. And this is where I'm at. So what did I do this time? I added in some more of the Our Father. Let's see here. All right, added in more of the Our Father. I added in this butterfly. And then down here, I added in some more to the border. And brought it over a little bit more. Added in, it's the flower parts that I added on. And I have to tell you guys, this red, this was already on here, but I have to show this red every time. This is the most amazing red. And it is a 103. Is it this one? Nope. Oh, no, it's here. Ah, here it is. It is number 779, 103 Au Besoin. It is the best red, guys. Let's see. That's it right there. So pretty. I love it so much. Oh, and I added, oh wait, hold on. Oh yeah, I had to add in some more on this flower. This flower wasn't finished. I added in more here too. I had to add in some of these. I think I had already had the red done. I had to add in a little bit more of the green, and then these like yellow and blue parts there. One of the substitutions I made is to the border, just because I knew it was going to take up so much, and I might run out of it before I get to the end. And it was a limited edition from the Gentle Arts. So of course it doesn't have a name, it doesn't have a number or anything, but it was this one, and that's why I've been doing the border in here. So we'll see. I'm hoping I have enough. If not, I'll have to pick from another. I might have some other ones that are similar. The nice part is it's pretty, like, quite variegated, so I'll probably be able to find something that matches if I can't do this one. And then I ran out of the other green that's being used in all of the leaves, which is number 274. So I had to order another one of those, which I can go ahead and put in here now since I have it out. If I was doing this 1 over 1, I think I would have had enough, but because I'm doing it 2 over 1, it really eats the thread. All right, next up, this might be the project that forces me to buy a stand. It's huge. So this is called Tonnes Ronde, and it's from Soie a Day Atelier. This like book here. This is what it's gonna look like. It's a reproduction of 3 separate samplers that she has put onto one. I purchased this whenever I was in Myrtle Beach from Barefoot Needlework, and then challenged myself. I said I'm going to use whatever fabric I can find that's in the called for length, because it calls for a gigantic amount of fabric. This is very long. It is 201 wide and 550 long. So 20 by 54. yeah, so the recommended fabric size is 20 by 54. Ultimately, it's a yard of fabric that I bought. And so, like I said, my goal was to challenge myself to use whatever color I could find. I did get this from Barefoot Needlework. It was so much fun going there and actually being able to see all of the floss, or I'm sorry, all the fabrics in person. All right, so this fabric is 36 count Fox from Rogue. Fox like F-A-W-K-E-S, like the Phoenix, Fox. It was not cheap. It's a full yard of fabric. It's so pretty though. Okay. So I decided to do a whole bunch of different blues. Well, actually, this is the color palette here. This is the color palette I chose. So on this, isn't that gorgeous? This is what I did. Doesn't look like much, but it is actually quite a bit. Now, let's see. It's showing up pretty well. That is like the color red. So let me show you what I'm working with here. I mean, here, look at this. This is how wide it is, and this is how long it is. I'm having a heck of a time managing this amount of fabric. So I'm definitely going to measure and figure out exactly how long it needs to be and how wide. I'm going to have to cut it down. I mean, it's just so unwieldy. It's either I cut it down and it becomes manageable, or I am going to have to get a standing frame of some kind to help. Now, let me tell you what else. It's rare that I find a fabric that smells good. This fabric smells so good. I don't even know what it smells like. It's like a very light, like you just took a shower. I don't know. First time using this kind of fabric. Yeah. So it's huge. It's huge. I need to figure out what to do with this fabric. It really, so I tried, okay, so let me tell you what I tried. I did try adjusting my Q-snap so that it was slightly bigger, but that is very unwieldy to hold. Again, probably be fine if I had a stand-up frame to hold it, and I could use my giant Q-snap. So really, that didn't work well. Then I was trying to use the grime guard, but it was just so much fabric to try and hold it in there. That didn't work. Tried using my little, the little magnet things, to hold it. Where are those at? Oh, these things here. Tried using those. Again, it was too much. It kept pulling. Tried using these little things. I have never had success using these little things. I don't know how you guys do it so it actually stays. I feel like they're just kind of awkward enough and they pop off. So that didn't work. So I'm not sure what else to try at this point. Like I said, I'm going to try to cut it down to a more manageable size, but I really don't think I can take all that much off of it. It's just giant. So that's where I'm at with that. Oh, and that was a new start. All right, next up is from Stitchy Box, and I believe this was in their sampler box a couple years ago. This is Deborah Calkin 1806, and again, I'm doing my own color on this. I'm using all oranges and yellows, which are not colors I'm particularly comfortable with, so I wanted to challenge myself, and they look really good on this fabric. So I am doing this on a 16 count dusk from Picture This Plus, and I am rolling. I assigned each floss a number 1 through 8 on a D8, and so I roll to tell me what I'm going to use where. There's 2 fixed colors, and I'll show you where those are. But this is where I am, and I think it's beautiful. So this is also a I don't know, I'll call it soulmate sampler. Kind of my husband and I's relationship. I'm putting meaningful dates to us on here. So the fixed colors are the letters, which I'm having to modify because they're 1/1. I made the mistake of getting Aida instead of linen. So 1/1, I know you can't do it. It's not easy though. So I am doing, you know, normal square on Aida, and I am using candy corn from Night Stalker's Calling for the letters, and then for the numbers, and then where I will put our initials. What did I just do? I'm using that purple that's there. So pretty. My colors are showing up quite accurate today. Isn't that gorgeous? So for that purple, I'm using, again, the old Roxy Floss, Leo and Roxy, Iris, for initials and dates. All right, then pulled out the Alice in Wonderland sampler. This was a stitch along. Last I checked, it was free on All Force Designs website. The free patterns that they put up are absolutely amazing. Like more than you could ever hope from a free chart, seriously. And I am doing my own conversion to sulky. I'll put a picture up here of what it looks like, the original. And let's see, what am I doing this on? I'm doing this on a piece of 16 count Heritage from Picture This Plus. And my goal was to finish another one, like the way that they released them. I think it was 20, let's see. I want to say it was 20 different pieces that they released it in. So I'm doing like HP, not in the order they were released, but when I sit down and do it, I'm trying to do a full piece each time. So 1 strand of sulky over 1 square. And what I did was the top band, which is the Tea Party. Let's see if I can figure out how to show this. This is another one that's kind of big. Oh, all right. Here's where we're at. That's what I have done. And I did this band up at the top. So not the flowers, those were already in from a different one, but the table, the mouse, the rabbit, the teapot, the tablecloth, all of that I put in. Oh, the smoke that's there. So fun. I really like my color choices. And this is just an amazing, again, I can't believe it was a free chart. So if you're an Alice in Wonderland fan, I highly recommend going over there and grabbing this chart. Okay, next up is a new start. This is from the Stitching Spell. I had done the companion piece to this. I finished it last year. Its companion piece was one of the first things I had started. So there's this and the one additional one too. So this is just called Sampler 13. I know the Stitching Spell is designing under a different name now. I don't know what it is. If I can find it, I'll put it down here. I love the Stitching Spell so much. I have so many other charts. So I'm doing this one in colors to match the companion that I did before. So this is being done on a scrap piece of, I'm going to say it looks like 20 count. So maybe I'm doing this one. Now that I have neat backs, it's hard for me to tell how many pieces of floss I'm actually using. I think this is 20 count and it's over 1 over 1. Yes, it's definitely 1 over 1. So just started in the very middle. This guy here. And so my goal was to do that one motif. And let me show you my back, because with this one loop start, my backs actually look so good. I could never say that before. So, this is the back. Look how good that back looks. Ha! No hanging threads anymore. I'm so impressed with myself. Again, thank you to Cam. Changed my stitching game forever. All right, then another new start, another Teresa Kogut. This is from the Let Love Rain book. And I am doing the Love Your Family, which is this one here. There's 3 charts in here. I mean, I bought it for the sampler, I'll be honest, which is this, which is just absolutely gorgeous. But decided to do this one first. I really love that saying. I just think it's beautiful. And I am doing this one as charted on a piece of 18 count Tornado from Fox and Rabbit. I am doing 2 over 1. And I am loving how these colors are showing up on this Tornado. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I'm so happy with that. I love the the blue and the brown, I think look so good together. Yeah. I should just start showing my backs. You'll be able to tell which ones are like old start versus new. So this is my back on this one. I like looking at backs. Michelle over at Bendy Stitchy shows her backs. Thread Gremlins, they show their backs. And I'm trying to think, there's some other people on Instagram that have been showing their backs recently in their posts, and I don't know, I think they're interesting to look at backs and how different everyone does them. Another start, and this one actually was a start along with Marianne Johnson, and it is the Scary Sampler from Heartstring Samplery. So there's actually 2 different versions of this one. This one is the dark scary version, and it has so many Easter eggs from different books, shows, and movies. And I've been itching to start this one. I am doing this as charted on a piece of 36 count white Edinburgh linen. I am doing it 1 over 2. Oh, I did replace Nutmeg, which was called for in the flower along the border. I replaced with Gentle Arts Burnt Orange, and I'm liking that. So there is what I have done so far. So this is actually, this one is the reason I had to learn the 1 strand loop start, because I think this is like the thinnest, most sheerest piece of linen I've ever worked on. Like, I don't know if you can tell from there or not. But anyway, you would have been able to see any hangies. So I needed to, that's why I ultimately decided to learn how to do that. So this is where I am. This is like such a clean piece of fabric. It's not showing up as white as it actually is. Like, it is a good white. And so the burnt orange is in the flowers here. And the reference, the Easter eggs that are on this one is the flowers in the border are the Demogorgon heads from Stranger Things. That was actually the reason I wanted to do this. And then from Close Encounters of the Third Kind are the alien head seed pods, which are here. Aren't those cool? Until I did them, I didn't realize what they were. And I'm like, those look like alien heads. They are totally alien heads. So yeah, this one's super fun. So let me show you the back on this one. So this again was my first time doing the 1-stranded loop start, which you can also use 2 strands to do, but I am doing it with 2 strands also for variegated, and then just the regular loop start for like DMC that's not variegated. But look at that back. Isn't that a good back? Yeah, I impressed myself. Anyway, this one's fun. So as I go on this one, I'll tell you guys what the Easter egg references are in it. All right, next up is actually one of my most anticipated starts of this year. So this is from Permanent Copenhagen. It's Sampler 1830. This is another big boy. I got this off of D-Stash Group and fell in love with it. It is rare that I stitch an Adam and Eve. I don't like them in charts. There is one in this one. So this is probably going to be the only Adam and Eve I ever stitched. I love all these little motifs in here. It is just, it's so fun. So I chose 5 different colors to use for this of Forbidden Fiber Co. So I am using Calypso, Cloves, Tangerine, What is a Weekend, and Midnight Sky. So these are how the colors look together. This is how they look on the fabric. I love them. So I am doing this on, it's just a piece of Zweigart, 20 count Ivory Aida. Typically I would do 1 strand, but the holes on this are actually like much bigger than I'm used to. So I am doing 2 strands on this one. 2/1. So this is big. This is actually, so I got the border. That's how far down it's going to go. And that is how wide it is. So all of this I did this time. So that's what I got done. So each of the motifs I worked on, I did fully finish those. And so what I've come up with is, okay, this is how I'm doing my colors. All of the letters are going to be in the clove. All of the like flowers, trees, flowers, anything like that is going to be in the Midnight Sky. All animals are going to be in the Tangerine. All people are going to be in the What is a Weekend. And then the border and like all things, like items, are going to be in the Calypso. I had to like hold it up to see. So this is all 5 colors on here right now. And it is a lot of fun to work on. So first of all, because this is such a big border, I'm doing the method where you do 10, you do 9 half crosses and then a full cross on the 10th one, because it's easier to keep track of where you are. And this one, you'll be able to see, this one is before I started doing the loop start method, and you can see how there's more like threads hang out a lot more. You can see there, they kind of stick up here. So by doing that loop start method, I've eliminated all of these additional threads. Up here it sticks out. So that was my pre-loop start method, what the back would look like. And there's just too much chance, especially with a lighter color fabric, of you being able to see it once it's done and framed. Whew. All right, another new start. This is from the book Cross Stitch Antique Style Samplers from Jane Greenough. Looks like this. And this one is a gift for Cassidy, because you know, my Cassidy girl thinks she's from England, wants to live there. So I am doing the map of England for her. Looks like this. And I am doing my own conversion. I'm doing this on a piece of 32 count taupe Lugana from Zweigart. And I'm doing it 2/2. This is another quite big. Oh, you'll be able to wait till you see the back on this one. You'll really be able to see what my pre-loop style backs look like. All right, that is what I got done. And again, I love doing color conversions. I just think it's so fun to make it your own using different colors. And there's some nice line work in this also. Okay, that's blowing it out that close, but that's pretty much the color there. But I'm gonna pull it in to show you. See, look at that line work. Isn't that pretty? So let's look at the back. My pre-loop start learning back. And this is what it looked like. Look at all those flyaways here. How much out? Just not as neat. And so, yeah, I've been challenging myself to make my backs look better. So, this one's fun. It's fun, but kind of finicky. All right, next up, another new start. This is from Una Buena Pieza, and this is Ocean View. Looks like this. And I am doing this one as charted on a piece of 18 counts Ela Murad from Fox and Rabbit, using 2 threads over 1 square. This is another pre-loop start, which had I known about the loop start on this one, it would have been much easier because, well, that's blown out. All right, let's see. Ooh. Still not quite as, this is really showing up a lot greener. It's much more of like an aqua, and it really reminds me of the ocean. But like there's quite a bit of confetti in here that would have been so much easier with the loop start. Anyway, that's kind of the color. And my back on this one. Here's my back. Not terrible, but not great either. Okay, I did have a start and finish. And this was a free chart from the Heart Needle Art by Wendy, called Needles and Pins. This was the original color there. I'm just doing quick things since I don't have like the non-chart, or the chart without. There's no picture of it. And there she is. This was on a scrap piece of linen. And I did 2 over 2. Yeah, I did 2 over 2 on this one. So my own color conversion. Just a quick little sampler. All right, that is my final sampler. I have one more thing that I did do some additional stitches on my Christmas gift for my Livy Loohoo. And this is going to be a Hello Kitty teddy bear. I'm actually going to turn it into a teddy bear. This is on a piece of Fox and Rabbit. This is on Walrath by Fox and Rabbit, 18 count, and it is by Strawberry Stitchcraft. And what I have left is all fill in. So I added in, I think, some additional on the heart, and then I think I added in on the bow up there. So there's a lot to do on this one, but since it was Sampler September, I didn't really work on this much. My goal for this really is to do some work on it every week, at least once a week, probably more than that. Like maybe pull that out and put in maybe between like 1 and 3 strands each day before I start my other stitching. All right, so that is all of my stitching for September thus far, for Sampler September. So let me show you guys my haul. We're already at 58 minutes. Let's see, what should we start with? Okay, so I got my August Gentle Arts. I'm in the Millennial Fabrics. Their Floss of the Month Club from Gentle Arts. So this time we got Tarnished Gold. Something Blue. This one's really pretty. Nice variegation. Hollyberry. Distressed Denim. Grasshopper, and Old Covered Bridge. So normally it comes with 5. This one came with 6 because the previous months, one of the flosses came in late. So this one came with 6 instead of the 5. All right, so that's our floss. I am also in the Fox and Rabbit Fabric of the Month Club through GaRon Stitchery. And this month is oyster shell. I do the 18 count. And, well, it's quite glary. Here we go. It's like a lavender, purpley pinky. This is not showing up well on that with this at all. Let's see. I'm gonna play with my light here for a second to see if I can get it to show up any better. Oh, that's better. That's pretty much the color there. No light is what we needed for this one. Light's back. Okay, so that is my Fox and Rabbit. All right, next I got 2 charts that came in. You know, I couldn't let that, what the heck is happening with my lighting right now? Hello? What's happening? Let's see, does this make it any better? Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm back. There I am. Okay, so I could not let that that bobbin of 103 travel by itself from 123 Stitch. So just so happened that Leela Studio, their charts were on sale through 123 Stitch. So the first one I picked up, you know, America's 250th birthday is in 2026. And I'm not really a patriotic stitcher, but I have been looking for one, and I knew what I wanted, one that like reminded me of Hamilton. And so I did kind of fall in love with this one. And so this is Let Freedom Ring from Leela Studio. And I will be starting this one in probably on the 250th birthday. So probably July 4th, I'll start this one of 2026. And I intend to change some skin tones and maybe some of the colors of the dresses and stuff to match more of a Hamilton-esque. And then I've been wanting to get the Peace on Earth, which is the last one in the sampler seasons that she's been that Leela Studios put out. So that's the winter one. Whoops. So I went ahead and got that also, and I'm pretty sure that I have all of them now. So I got those 2 charts. Then okay, so I get on rabbit holes with things, and you know, cross stitch is like a huge rabbit hole for me, but more specifically, I love samplers so much. I love traditional samplers. I really love non-traditional samplers. I love reproductions. I love original samplers. I just love it all. And I really want to learn more of the history. I would really like to be able to create my own sampler here at some point. So I got a couple books. So the first one I got is Sampler and Antique Needlework. This is from the publishers of Just Cross Stitch. This was I got this used on Amazon, and this one's from 1990. This one's from 1994, and there are some really good charts in here. Then I got from, oh gosh, I cannot think of it. I'm gonna put the name up here of the shop that I got this from. It's the first time I've ever ordered from them. Been following them on Instagram for a long time, and as soon as she posted this book, I immediately went over and purchased it. And so this is Connected by the Red Thread, Samplers from the Classroom from Swada Day. I have no idea if I'm saying that correctly or not. Simone de Jong van Vissen. Swada Atelier. I don't know. I'm not very good. So this is the same person that did that gigantic sampler that I'm doing, the one I got from Barefoot Needlework. So this is absolutely beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? So yeah, I immediately had to purchase this. And there's just a couple beautiful charts in here. Lots of information. Oh, so good. Sorry, I'm easily distracted. Okay. I got Blackwork, A New Approach from Brenda Day. This one is from $2,000. I think I found this one on Pango. So it was another used one. Was this Pango? Actually, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure this one was Pango. Then I got, this is another Pango one. This is Architecture from Early Samplers, and this is from the Scarlet Thread, Scarlet Letter. Scarlet Letter put this one out. Marsha Van Valen. So this is what this one looks like, and it's all charts of like different houses and architecture from samplers. Again, with the intent of you being able to chart your own. And then also from Scarlet Letter and found on Pango is Alphabets from Early Samplers. And as it says, it's full of alphabet charts. Then this one is from Amazon. The Second Carolingian Model Book, a collection of historical charted patterns for needleworkers and artisans from Kim Brody Salazar. And this one has, again, so many, oh, beautiful, beautiful charts in here. A lot of history. And I got Sampler Motifs and Symbolism from Patricia Androl and Leslie Budnicki. Looks like this. And this was a used one off Amazon as well. And there's no copyright page. I have no idea what year this is from. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I really want to know the meanings behind the different symbols, again, for whenever I chart my own. And I did get one more book that I forgot to bring in that's out there. I'm currently reading it. I'll show you that next time. So those are my cross stitch books. Then I also picked up from Rachel Harrison, her new one, Play Nice. This is a haunted house book, which I love haunted house books. And look how good the colors are there. How pink and purple together. So this one says, Cleo Louise Barnes leads a picture-perfect life as a stylist and influencer, but beneath the glossy veneer, she harbors a not-so-glamorous secret. She grew up in a haunted house. Well, not haunted, possessed. After Cleo's parents' messy divorce, her mother, Alex, moved Cleo and her sisters into a house occupied by a demon. Or so Alex claimed. That's not what Cleo's sisters remember or what the courts determined when they stripped her of custody after she went off the deep end. But Alex was insistent. She even wrote a book about her experience in the house. After Alex's sudden death, the supposedly possessed house passes to Cleo and her sisters. Where her sisters see childhood trauma, Cleo sees an opportunity for house flipping content. Only as the home makeover process begins, Cleo discovers there might be some truth to her mother's claims. As memories resurface and Cleo finally reads her mother's book, the presence of the house becomes more real and more sinister, revealing ugly truths that threaten to shake Cleo's beautiful life to its very foundation. I love haunted house books. Rachel Harrison wrote Black Sheep, which I have up here, and I loved, thought it was so good. And then the premise of this one really reminds me of Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, which I actually really loved also. Hopefully this one's just as good. Okay, so I got that, and then Matthew McConaughey's new book, Poems and Prayers, came out, and his Greenlights book was my favorite of, what was that, 2023 or 22? I can't remember what year it came out, but it was my favorite book of the year. So, got this one. He can just do no wrong. My prayers are my poems are my prayers. I've always relied on logic to make sense of myself and the world. A prescriptionist at heart, I've always looked to reason to find the rhyme, the practical to get to the mystical, the choreography to find the dance, the proof to get to the truth, and reality to get to the dream. I've been finding it tougher to do lately. It's more than hard to know what to believe in. It's hard to believe. But I don't want to quit believing, and I don't want to stop believing in humanity, you, myself, our potential. I think it's time for us to flip the script on what's historically been our means of making sense, and instead open our aperture to enchantment and look to faith, belief, and dreams for our reality. Let's sing more than we might make sense, believe in more than the world can conclude, get more impressed with the wow instead of the how, let inspiration interrupt our appointments, dream our way to reality, serve some soul food to our hungry heads, put proof on the shelf for a season, and rhyme our way to reason. Forget logic, certainty, owning, or making a startup company of it. Let's go beyond what we can merely imagine and believe in the poetry of life. I also got this one used because I think it's out of print now. I haven't been able to find it in print through Amazon. This is The Very Stuff by Stephen Beale, Poems on Color, Thread, and the Habits of Women. I had seen B over at, what is it, B&T? Why can't I think of what it's called? Stitching with B. Is that what it's called? Stitching with B and T. I watch every single video she has. Why can I not think of what the actual channel was called? Stitching in T with B. She's great. She has like the best voice. I love everything she does. I like live for the T segment. Anyway, several videos ago, she had shown this, and it just sounded very intriguing, so I wanted to get it. And so, my plan is to maybe read this with you guys. Maybe like a poem in each video. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Also, it's haunted season. Where did I put? So I found Terrifying Real Life Stories of Haunted Houses and Scary Mysteries. This is a magazine, Hearst Specials. So I decided to pick this up, and I'm going to read this during the fall outside on my front porch, because that just sounds perfect. Then what I am currently reading is The Husbands from Holly Gramazio. And this, I'm enjoying this one. The premise and the physics in this make no sense at all, okay? Suspension of belief. But the actual story is so good. So, do you take this man? No. What about this one? When Lauren returns home to her flat in London late one night, she is greeted at the door by her husband, Michael. There's only one problem. She's not married. She's never seen this man before in her life, but according to her friends, her much improved decor, and the photos on her phone, they've been together for years. As Lauren tries to puzzle out how she could be married to someone she can't remember meeting, Michael goes to the attic to change a light bulb and abruptly disappears. In his place, a new man emerges, and a new, slightly altered life reforms around her. Realizing that her attic is creating an infinite supply of husbands, Lauren confronts the question: if swapping lives is as easy as changing a light bulb, how do you know you've taken the right path? When do you stop trying to do better and start actually living? A thrillingly original debut, The Husbands brilliantly explores how we navigate life, love, and choice in a world of never-ending options. And it is really good. So I am, you can see, I'm right here. This is how much I've left. So I've been reading this one outside on my hammock swing and quite enjoying it. More than I anticipated that I would. All right, that's it for this video. This one's long. I apologize. Thank you for sticking with me. Again, if you have a skein of the Evil Queen from Hand Dyed by Rolanda, I would love to purchase that from you. Please let me know. You can get a hold of me. My email is down below in the description, or you can leave a comment, and I can get in touch with you that way, whatever. So any way you can find me is down in the description box. I'm also going to have a couple links for some of the stuff I've purchased recently. That is an Amazon affiliate link. So if you purchase through there, I may get a small amount of commission. So that will be down there. And yeah, hopefully, I'm hoping to start bringing videos on a more regular basis so I can have some different segments. including like a learning segment on what I'm learning about samplers. So, all right, I think that's it, guys. Hopefully I will see you sooner rather than later. And I hope your fall is going swimmingly. All right, guys, I'll catch up with you later. Bye.